Hey everyone, what's going on? Ash and Rima here from MEOdyssey, and boy howdy have we got a little bit to go through. It's
We have a lot to go through. Don't underwhelm them. We've got a lot to
no,
go
we
through.
do, yeah. So this particular video is going to be our trailer analysis video. We also have a timeline video planned because we found out some interesting news on that, and we're also going to have a news update video as well. As to when they come out, we have no idea. So sorry.
Yeah.
Also, Rima has a stinking cold at the moment, so
Yeah, I'm so sorry. If people follow me on Twitter, they'll know that I'm not well. So
yeah.
If I cough, sneeze, or anything, it's just because I can't help it. I'm not trying to be rude. So.
Yeah, no.
There.
Yeah, so this is all about the trailer analysis. So the trailer analysis came out all of about half an hour ago, roughly.
You mean the trailer? Yes, yeah. Well,
maybe
we did the
not even
analysis at the
that.
same time.
So
Is this? Are we doing the trailer analysis and then we're going to be doing the orientation video in this one?
yes,
well?
we're doing it in one
They're both
video.
kind of trailers.
We're doing it in one video, but it's going to be recorded in two parts. So yeah.
Yes.
So we got the orientation briefing as well because some interesting points came out of that, and also we got the original trailer as well. So we'll start the original trailer first. So Rima's taken some notes, and we're going to go through point by point, try and do it as briefly and as efficiently as possible, and go from there. So Rima.
Okay. So much like the last trailer we got, it kind of starts off with a monologue from Daddy Ryder, and he says, "We slept for hundreds of years, dreaming of a new home, but when we finally woke from our dreams of peace, we're shattered." And the trailer itself is quite ominous in general. It's not as lighthearted as some of the other videos have been. And it kind of goes on from there. So as I said, it starts off with, I'm still going to call him Daddy Ryder because we don't have a first name for him. And he is just talking. There's a display of the Ark, which is Hyperion, because you can see the name at 11 seconds. And then about 9 seconds in, you kind of see either them being under attack or something going wrong, like an accident. You see people getting kind of sucked into the vacuum of space about 13 seconds in. And then at about 19 seconds, you see Bro Rider, I'm assuming it's Bro Rider, basically being blasted either out of the Ark or something happening where he like just basically plummets towards like land at some point. And then at 25 seconds, you can see him kind of waking up with like just destruction everywhere. His helmet's kind of broken. And he's not having a good day at that point, so I can tell. Then at 33 seconds, we hear a voice saying, "Welcome back." And we figured this is the same voice that was in the PS4 Pro gameplay that was streamed, not the one that was released on YouTube, because you can't hear that voice on the YouTube stream, but it's on the actual like live stream that was there. And it sounds like that's going to be like your AI buddy or your VI companion or something like that. Then you get a very good look at Ryder's face at 35 seconds, and I was saying that he's very handsome looking. I liked his face. I swooned there. He's much more, I would say, you can tell his face is much younger than Shepard's, initially by looking at his face. And it's a lot more detailed than the actual PS4 gameplay trailer, which is crazy, because I thought that was quite fairly detailed, and it's got even more detail since then. And then you see the Tempest flying over the same desert landscape again that we've seen in basically all the trailers at this point, and it seems really familiar, and it seems to be flying towards some kind of structure. I couldn't tell because it was so quick, but I might need to watch it again. But it kind of maybe looks like it's maybe a downed ship or a crashed Ark. It does seem like there's some kind of metal structure coming out of it. Then at 41 seconds, Ryder is injured and he's walking through some kind of like icy, snowy landscape. It's really ominous looking. The Nomad, which is, we've been calling it the Mako, but it's the Nomad, is basically right behind him. Then where's my next notes? Then 42 seconds in, you hear a voice basically kind of going over his face, Pathfinder's face, and saying, "You're the new Pathfinder." And I think that's the same voice as in the orientation video of Jen, as we're calling her.
Yes.
So it makes it sound like Ryder is replacing someone who used to be the Pathfinder. He's taking that job. Then at 45 seconds, you see an alien being kind of like floating in this green armor, kind of scaly looking, and he seems to be kind of antagonistic. He doesn't look like a very friendly dude. And then at 50 seconds in, you see basically the same crew we've kind of got familiar with. The two Pathfinder figures, Ryder and then the Asari, and she says it's acting like a gravity well, and you do see there's some kind of like anti-gravity. The whole trailer has this idea of there's some kind of anti-gravity thing going on there. And then you hear the same voice that you heard at 45 seconds when you saw that alien saying, I have a bad feeling. And at that point, I thought, oh, maybe he's a good guy. Maybe he's your friend. But then at 58 seconds, it kind of turns out over the head. And you see more of these aliens kind of all looking in the similar armor, looking a lot more antagonistic. They've got weapons. There's like fire everywhere. And they had the same body shape as the aliens in the E3 2015 trailer that everyone was guessing was the Ket. And I think from Mike Gamble's tweet, it seems like they are the Ket,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And at about a minute in, you see Ryder holding someone. I don't know whether it's Ryder's sister or whether it's Jen again. And there's anti-gravity like everywhere. Rocks are flying into the sky. There seems to be some kind of well in the sky that like things are being shot into. And that's kind of been the same theme for a while. We've noticed in quite a few of the trailers where like anti-gravity seems to be quite important. So we have a video kind of be coming out about this later on, so we're not going to spoil it in the analysis. A minute and 4 seconds in, you get to see actually Daddy Ryder's partial face, and he seems to be doing some guerrilla warfare, attacking these Ket, being a bit sneaky. And then at 1 minute 10, you get to see Ryder and his son interacting with some kind of technology, maybe an arc. Minute 12, there is some strange alien beings. I just written WTF on my notes because I don't have a clue. Then about minute 15, a big massive ass remnant. I think it might be a remnant. It's like a weird tentacle creature.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of seems to have the same kind of architecture as those little mini things in the vault from the PS4. And then at 1:18, you get to see another giant thing fighting on like the planet. And again, it does have the same architecture, whether maybe it's kind of like the remnants. 1 minute 26, I noted it seems to be there's a bunch of Solarians running away from something or running towards something. 1 minute 33, the alien from before, he does look a little different than the other alien bros he has. He's got this weird halo-shaped thing on his head. He seems to have captured the team, and at this point, he's definitely the antagonist of some form. He's a bad dude.
Oh yeah.
And he goes up to Bro Ryder and he says, Now I know what makes you special. Is that what he says to him?
Yes.
And then there's like a lot of like staring at each other, and there's a lot of Inception noises throughout the trailer, like whoa. It's very kind of like tense. You just feel like they're all in trouble all the time.
It's a very dark, somber,
yeah,
like, oh crap, what's going on kind of trailer. So
it's way more like there have been trailers, like they have had trailers that have kind of given the idea that there's going to be danger, but most of them have kind of been like, oh, we're going to be doing exploration and everything. This means like, this is showing the fighting side. We're going to be like trying to kick ass all the way through. And probably the best bit in the trailer, which is right at the end, and it says captured an engine. So we know that all the beauty that we see there is definitely going to be probably present in the game. And we kind of knew that from the Frostbite stuff that we've been seeing already, that the game will look gorgeous, and this just proved it, that from what we've seen earlier from like EA plays and stuff like that, it looks even better than when we saw an EA plays now. It's spectacular at that point. The face models and all seem like way more improved. And again, they always kind of like beef up these things for trailers, but it's probably going to look fairly close to that, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
So that's all the points I got. Now I've rushed through those because we have a lot of analysis to do, so that's why I thought.
Yes.
But if I've missed anything, put it in the comments below, and we'll probably be doing more and more videos about this trailer as we go anyway, so we'll add things on.
That was the brief guide, shall we say.
It's very more like grandiose scale. Like, I know they were saying that they wanted to make everything seem bigger, and they were always like, oh, it's gonna feel like it's on a massive scale. But like, for some reason, I didn't think it was gonna feel as massive as it is.
Yeah.
And the PS4 trailer, the PS4 gameplay stuff, that did make it feel a bit more immense. But this one definitely made it feel like the scale of it feels like it's gonna be way more massive, and it feels like it's gonna be like Mass Effect 1 kind of brought you into the game, and obviously there was the threat of the Reapers and Sarah and all this stuff, but you did feel like it was kind of like leading into it. This feels like you're going to just like BAM immediately. Like it feels like it's going to be, the stakes are going to feel way bigger for some reason. And that's crazy thinking how big the Reapers were.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much this trailer. It didn't really give us much more on the characters, I would say. Like you got to see a lot more of Ryder, as in Bro Ryder.
Yeah.
And you got to see some of the faces of the companions maybe, but
I think it's trying to give you the element of this is going to be basically your team, whether you pick Sis Rider or Bro Rider. Obviously that's a state of whoever you pick when the game comes out, but it's one of those things where they're just trying to get that whole, it feels like teamwork's going to be like absolutely key, throughout this whole thing. So you have to rely on certain people, certain skills, that kind of thing, to be able to get through this whole thing. And looking at the size of some of the bigger bads, some of the bigger enemies, that's going to be like imperative. So these things,
yeah, cool. Considering the biggest thing we fought, we didn't really start to see big, huge enemies until we got into Mass Effect 2, maybe.
Yeah.
And they weren't even that big. Like the Proto Reaper was probably the biggest thing we fought, and that was an end boss.
Oh yeah.
And then in Mass Effect 3, you got to fight a few Reapers and stuff like that. But this seems like, I don't know whether they've already showed us a boss or what, but it just seems like the enemies are going to be. And then they had that big giant alien thing again from the EA Play trailer, screaming at you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems like we're gonna have a lot more enemies to fight, but the scale of it just seems so much better. But so that's pretty much the analysis for this video. I think there's very much more.
Yes.